What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this episode, we're going to be replacing the rear camera here. That's actually where the stock rear view, not rear view, but the stock rear windshield wiper used to be. The previous owner before me actually did a delete, and he put a rear view camera over there, which is pretty cool. But it has been working, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the steps that I'm going to take to go ahead and replace it with a working one. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is pop off this rear panel here. I'm just going to be using a regular flat blade and just go around and actually pop this off. So I'm going to stick this in here, pull it down. Just like that. So this is actually the wiring right here. This is the camera right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just take the new one. I'm gonna plug it into these plugs here and see if just the camera is dead, or if I have to actually go through all the wiring and hook it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and unhook it from here. Plug it in. Then we're gonna come inside the car, turn this on. Alright, so all we do is we hit the camera settings, and then we turn the camera polarity to, I believe it's battery, and then just put the car in reverse. This should change. No, nothing, it doesn't work. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take this camera out. Pull down the sleeve. Just like that. Alright, so I'm gonna feed this through. This. Drop this one in. Go ahead and tighten it down. Just like that. So now that works. Now I'm gonna go ahead and test this old connections just to see if it works. So I got the old connections plugged into the new camera here. Put in reverse. Nothing. Alright. So since I have this all taken apart, I'm going to show you guys pretty much how I have it hooked up. So I have this kind of like an extension like this. Your video cord. Your video extension. Mine's is hooked up from here. I have the old one works, so it's running from here to the back. It's coming in and it's plugging into the rear camera in. There's a dedicated port in the back here, so make sure you have that plugged in. Then on this, so the head unit needs to know when your car goes into reverse. This harness here uses this violet and white wire on the back of this head unit. This needs to go into a reverse trigger wire. The previous owner used the reverse light, so he has this wire connected to the reverse light in the back. That way the head unit knows when the car goes into reverse. At the end of this wire here, there's a positive and a ground, just like this here. So right now I know that this harness here is having a good ground, but it's not connected to power somehow. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and trace this wire and see if the power is hooked up correctly, or if it's even hooked up at all. And if it isn't, then I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up and see if it works. But if not, then I can always hook up this new harness that came with the camera. So let's go ahead and trace this wire and see where the power wire is. Alright guys, so plan B. I found out that this harness is actually acting up and it's not gonna work with this camera, even though I thought it was the same. I guess it's not. But so I'm gonna go ahead and route the new wire harness and get it working. So here we go. replace a wire that's hard to reroute, all you pretty much want to do is just tape your new wire to the old wire. That way when you pull it out, the new wire will get pulled through with it. So if you can see, I'm pulling this in, and now it's gonna go through, and then it'll come out on the other end just like this. See, the tape is right here. So now I can just pull this wire straight through here and then come down and connect it to the reverse light. Panels, it's coming out here to the reverse light. So the original plug had the power and the ground running all the way through the car. I'm pretty much just gonna take this one brown wire and hook it up to this power here, and then I'm just gonna run this ground to the closest ground, which is right here. That way I don't need to run two wires all the way through the car. So right now I have all the connections just quickly spliced in just to see if everything works. Like I said, I have this to the factory ground here. This brown wire is running all the way to the reverse light. The reverse light is plugged into the head unit, routed all the way through to the head unit here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and flip it on and see if everything works. Hopefully everything does. Reverse. As you can see, it's showing the ceiling, so it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and finalize everything and then show you guys the end product. Alright guys, so everything is pretty much buttoned up. I think I like this camera better because the trim around it, the bezel around it, is actually black, so it gives it a more low profile look. So it's all good now. Let's go ahead and test it out. Alright guys, so this is pretty much the end product. So go ahead and switch it into reverse. Wait for the camera to come on. And there you have it. It works.